it's not like we are better or worse than other people, but people who consume red pill or content on the phone, they it's almost like they say those people have no right to make this money.
Right.
I have a smartphone. I have an opinion. Why can't I make money? Because you suck at what you do.
Nobody wants to watch it.
Exactly. The reason why I was able to retire my girlfriend, and my two sisters is because I'm fucking good at what I do. I work fucking 16 to 18 hours a day, and I'll be goddamned if some fucking jerk off living in his mom's fucking basement is going to talk shit about me. I end up blocking him. So guess what? Yeah, do I make money on purpose? You're goddamn right. I don't care what the power distance index is.
For sure.
Wow.
Well, I want to ask you something kind of deep because
13 inches.
There you have it.
Okay, 11. Sorry.
We're relatively new to the space. This is like our first couple of years, and I tell most content creators I work with, I said, like the Savo brothers, I said, like, we're young, ambitious. We definitely spend more time working than reading comments, than like having conversations about other content creators. When there's beef in the manosphere, the three of us, people have no clue. I've said this to Rolo, I've said this to so many people. I'm like, you don't know how it looks to kids our age, and especially kids that are hustling. It looks to us like, okay, all these guys are rich off of YouTube content, and they're all mad. I'm like, what are they all mad about? I'm like, if I had that kind of money, I think I'd be looking at the comments like, yeah, eat a dick. Like, I'm going to go fucking chill on my yacht. In all seriousness, though, I mean, I know the kind of scrutiny you've been under. I know the kind of shit you've had to deal with and the kind of rivalry that you and Rolo and everybody's had to deal with. And this is such a weird world where there's these like villains in the space and shit, and they'll actually do shit to try to fuck with you. But aside from all that, just like you said about the buffer zone, to paraphrase, between the content creators and the viewers, there's also the content creators on the other side of that buffer zone, and the level of importance they lend to the shit that people are saying in the comment sections. And I do think sometimes you guys get so rattled by like the world of shit that gets said about you online. And I'm not at that point yet where I can really say from experience how much that may or may not suck. But I guess what I want to ask is, are you still enjoying this up against all the bullshit that comes with it?
Good question. Yeah.
Really?
Wow. I'll be honest with you, man. Not as much as I used to.
I was gonna say, the reason I asked is because after being in the space, I've noticed any one of you guys can go on a roll about the shit you have to deal with. Can you go on a roll about how exciting it's been? Like really from start to but I want to take you back a little bit because again, look at who you're looking at.
Sure. Yeah.
But on some serious shit, you're looking at three guys that look at you like, holy fuck, like look at what he was able to do with just content. Take a second and take yourself back to like when you first started, probably with minimal expectations.
Yeah.
And would the you from 2016 before you started YouTube, or was it 2016 when you initially?
17.
Okay. Would the you before you started YouTube be looking at you now like, let them talk, who gives a fuck, we're lit. Like, we're fucking lit.
Yeah, that's probably what I would tell, what 45-year-old Donovan would tell 40-year-old Donovan is, hey, man, you can't pay attention to this stuff. But a part of it is my immaturity. I'm self-aware enough to understand, I'm a hothead. Yes, I can be emotionally immature. Yes, I can have rabbit ears. And, not to legitimize that, but the reason why I used to have a very adverse effect to just like this visceral criticism is because I love what I do and I work hard at it.
Yeah.
For you to put, for me to put in 3 hours, I'll put in 3 hours of show prep for a 2 to 3 hour show, and for some guy in the comments, this sucks, blah 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 blah. I'm like, dude, like I am sitting in a $125,000 studio. I spent 3 hours prepping this, and you just want to.
Well, look, dude, I'm just some regular guy. This is my first time being in such an environment like this, and this isn't just like that. They pressed the button and went live. Like, there's work that went into this. There's chords that are plugged in, complex.
I think there's two things. I think part of it is people just looking at things from the outside in rather than from the inside out.
Face value.
Right.
And don't know what goes into it. And the other thing is you're not always going to be able to please everybody. So once you know that that not every one of these viewers is going to be satisfied with this piece of content that you put on the internet, and you just know that and take that with a grain of salt, I think that's the difference.
I'll put it to you like this. Here's what you guys will find is that your most ardent supporters will generally be the quietest. Your most ardent detractors will be the loudest.
Okay.
You're always going to, like, the guys that hate you, they're gonna scream from the highest mountaintop. But your biggest supporters, you know, they'll be relatively quiet. That's just usually the way it goes.
I have a funny thing on this, and don't get me wrong, we're gonna get to you, and I want to know about what brought you into Red Pill and what brought you into crypto. I just know that that's gonna take us off on a tangent, so I want to get this out of the way first. But you know, I actually have a thing about this. I don't know if I want to call it a theory, but it's a way of breaking things down. I think that people, especially like real creatures of the internet, you know what I mean when I say creatures of the internet? Let me
consume it all.
I love that.
Let me give you an example. NFTs are so harshly demonized. And I have some friends that I met online years ago, and then we ended up becoming friends in person. But they're still such creatures of YouTube. One friend in particular, I remember him saying like, "Oh, dude, you can't get into NFTs. They're so bad." And I know this cat, and I thought to myself, I'm like, he knows absolutely zero about crypto, zero about NFTs. He has no clue, and he's a nice guy too. I wasn't mad at him. I was just thinking, I know how this dude is, and I know there's 3 to 4 huge YouTube videos where the content creator that made the videos is dissing NFTs. That's where he got his info from, because he is a creature of YouTube. And I think real creatures of YouTube have this idea that if anybody's saying something bad about you, it must have some validity. I have only one hit piece made on me. It was
hilarious.
It's actually by a fanatic video gamer, because I used to have a video game channel when I dicked around and played video games. And that's purely because he was mad about like fan fiction I made. Like, I'm a fucking adult. Shit that don't even matter.
Yeah, right.
And I remember actually like this real feminist social justice warrior friend of the family that we have, that camera went off. She actually was like, you know, if you didn't do the kind of shit that you did, these people wouldn't be making hit pieces about you. And so
doesn't matter.
And that's not quite the case. So I was actually thinking, I almost want to do this experiment where we go through history. We think of some of the most beloved, some of the most loved, celebrated figures, the kind of people that you just never hear anybody say anything bad about. Let's look up all, even before the internet, if they existed before the internet or if their fame was before the internet. Let's look up all the bad articles, all the bad reviews. You cannot find any notable person that hasn't had something bad said about them. So like, here, an example is like this, like, when's the last time you heard somebody say awful things about Billy Joel? Like almost never. He's just like one of those guys.
Yeah.
So I guess we have this idea that there are those certain celebrities that they just get the pass of being righteous. They just have not ever bullshit. Google it right now. It's only the celebrities that predated the internet. Anything you see on the internet, there is as much good as bad. You're never going to find a celebrity or an athlete that doesn't have somebody who hates them. Yeah. And it's weird because even on the local news, the slogan is, if it bleeds, it leads. Even us, like, even we talk about negativity, but guess what? We were watching we weren't really interested in the World Cup. I mean, we were mildly interested in, but when we saw a dude fucking taking a baseball bat to somebody's head, we all turned around. Like, that was on the TV in the rrestaurant. Yeah. No, but actually what I was gonna say was, even before the internet, you can find all these articles from magazines where they were shit talking Billy Joel. He makes songs pretending to be the regular blue collared guy. He thinks he's the everyman. His early records sucked. You can find negative press about people that got that pass, that they never had a scandal.
Yeah. He doesn't get as much though, right?
Maybe not as much, but I'm just saying there does not exist a beloved character, a beloved public figure
that nobody doesn't like.
I guarantee you, look hard enough, you'll find nasty shit said about Frank Sinatra, about your mom's favorite actor, about, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it comes with the territory. Once you reach that certain point of status, like, you can't.
Yeah, but there's an idea out there that only the dirtiest, only the most controversial.
Well, that's because that gets the most views, right? Yeah, like, nobody, nobody's gonna watch. I mean, people will watch certain videos, but you know, if somebody, here's Fresh Prince CEO, he's buying another Lambo. All right, let's see him buy. He's a kid from Barbados, he made it, et cetera, that'll get views. But if, oh my God, Fresh Prince CEO, destroys his $400,000 Lamborghini in a fiery crash, we're all in. Yeah. Just like I said, if it bleeds, it leads, and the natural inclination of, I guess, the human brain is to find things that are more interesting. Unfortunately, it is human nature to pay more attention to the negative, and it takes a long long time to get that through your head, and I still don't think I've fully wrapped my head around that. But there's this narrative like, oh, you can't surround yourself with yes men. Well, that was the case back in the day, because back when Michael Jordan played, like in 1992, 93. Yeah, there every once in a while there's a little article, but everybody loved Michael Jordan. And if he was surrounded by yes men, he would not have accomplished the greatness that he did. These days you have to surround yourself with yes men. And they're not even yes men anymore. It's positive reinforcement.
Right.
Because as soon as you open your phone, if you have any notoriety, there's somebody talking shit about it.